All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about information that Errol Spence Jr. has revealed around some psychological damage that he had experienced as a result of recent incidences, a new car accident that we did not know about before, and let's talk and how that will affect or could affect the fight with YORDENIS Ugas. Let's talk about that in this video. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about Errol Spence Jr. and we're going to talk about the YORDENIS Ugas fight, but also some new information that was revealed by Errol Spence Jr. that gives real insight into what is going on with him heading into this fight. Before I get into that though, let me first thank you if you are a subscriber to the channel, if you support in the live streams that we do Monday through Saturday. Thank you guys so much for your support. We have a really good boxing community, and I invite you to join that community if you're not, and hit that bell icon so you can hit the subscribe button and then the bell icon so you can get all the notifications when we release more videos and have live streams. Also, let me ask you to, if you wager on sports, specifically the fights coming up this weekend, we will be giving $1,000 away to the winner of a contest we're having. But you've got to go to our business partner, BUSR, at busr.ag/Fanon. Use the promotional code Fanon when you wager, and we will be giving $1,000 to someone that uses that code, and we'll notify you of that. So if you wager, make sure you guys go check that out. Take advantage of that. All right, so let's get into this, man. Errol Spence Jr. is going to be fighting YORDENIS Ugas for the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF World Championships. That fight is going to take place on April 16th. Errol Spence Jr. is doing rounds of interviews. And man, there was some real wild news that came out of one of the interviews that was done recently by Kate Abdul. Information relating to this fight in this regard. As we know, Errol Spence Jr. has had some very up and down last couple years. Started with a big car accident that he had after the Sean Porter fight. And then also, he had a torn retina going into a fight that he had scheduled with Manny Pacquiao. And so that fight didn't happen. So he's had a really big, trying time. So, but in this particular interview, he actually expounds on it. And I thought, like, man, this is why I like Errol Spence Jr. The man is very forthcoming and very, very honest in his communications. And you just can't not appreciate that, or at least I can. So he talked about how he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder as a result of the car accident that he suffered. And he also went into detail about the amount of damage that psychological damage or mind-related damage that he endured. So, for example, he said that he does not remember anything. I think he said he doesn't remember anything that happened before that, from the accident on, for several weeks. I think he said like 3 weeks after the accident took place. So although he had a car accident and he had conversations with people saying, because he had put posts out, he had talked to people. I remember it being on the record that he did that. He said he can't even remember what took place for those 3 weeks. And after that, he suffered from PSD in that he couldn't get into a car or driving a car without getting flashes of a car running into him, getting into a car accident. And he says that he still suffers from that. In the words of Deontay Wilder, to this day, I am never going to be able to say the word until this day again after Deontay Wilder did that. But anyway, that he still suffers from it. And then he also mentioned that not only did he have that car accident, he actually, months later after that, was driving a pickup truck, and then he got rear-ended in his pickup truck And so he had a second car accident after he had the real major car accident. So of all the traumatic, like could be traumatic events for this man, he's had a major life-threatening car accident where the car flipped over a bunch of times. He had a second car accident where somebody rear-ended him. Then he had the torn retina. But this dude yet and still is very, very honest about what he's gone through, and basically said, man, that no matter what he goes through, no matter what the facts, that, you know, that he's been in a car accident is not going to stop him from continuing to pursue his goals, man. And my hat goes off to that man. And I'm going to tell you something that really does bear well on him in this fight with YORDENIS Ugas and the fights with other champions like Terrence Crawford, because it shows that this guy has really, really true grit. One, he has a lot of grit, right? Because it's no joke. Mental health is no joke, right? And people suffer a lot of trauma in their lives, and a lot of the things like the psychiatric problems that people have are a result of traumas in their lives and not necessarily dealing with and learning how to cope with traumas. So they have, you know, they experience trauma, and they may turn to, like, in order to cope with that, they may turn to mind altering substances. For what he said was, like, they actually requested that he go to see a psychiatrist and sit down and talk to him. And actually, I think it probably should be like a therapist, not a psychiatrist, because psychiatrists, a lot of times they just really rely on drugs versus the psychologists or counselors that will, you know, deal with like talk therapy and things like that. But he said he wasn't going to do that, and he got right back into the gym, and he used boxing as his therapy to overcome those mental hurdles that he has as a result of those accidents. One of the things that I think that may also shows is, man, the guy just has a tenacious character, because a lot of people who do deal with that post-traumatic stress disorder, whether it be people that are in the military or people that have, you know, had suffered maybe, you know, some type of abuse as, you know, as a child, whether it be, you know, no matter what type of abuse that is, verbal, physical, what have you, a lot of them basically will go into hiding and basically try to, you know, drug themselves into a situation they don't have to deal with it. He's actually admitting and can admit that he suffers from those problems in public, isn't acting like it's, you know, like it's something he should be ashamed of or whatever, and just address the, you know, and is addressing the problems the best he can. But as far as the fight, it shows a lot of character, man, because if this dude can overcome the fear of, you know, a constant fear of getting in a car accident just to get in a car and drive down the street, and finds a way to work through that, then when he gets in the ring with guys, he's more than likely not going to quit when he's feeling some type of, you know, some type of pressure or feel or disturbance in the ring, where you see other guys, and you've seen this in boxing, where guys will turn around they'll quit when the going gets rough, or they'll bite somebody when the going gets rough, or they'll start low blowing people when the going stuff rough, right? Or just run around the ring and try to make sure they don't get knocked out, right? I doubt that is going to be the scenario with Errol Spence Jr., because he showed this type of toughness, not just physical toughness, but mental toughness in dealing with the stuff that's happened with him over the last couple of years. So, man, to me, number one, the fact that he admits that he had those problems out in public, you know, and readily admit, man, that shows a very, very strong character. Also, the fact that, you know, that he actually is able to do that and get back in the ring shows a very, very strong character. And I think that is going to pay off for him in any fight where the going gets tough. And I do expect this fight with YORDENIS Ugas for the going to get tough for him at times, man. But if he doesn't show that fear, doesn't show that weakness or back down, you know, all the more successful to him, or all the more likely that he will be successful. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And thank you again for your participation in the comment section. Just let me know what you think down there. Hit that like button. And with that, I'm out. Peace.